Cemetery stories/experiences? I'm from a small town, and when we were younger we'd go out on back roads and drink. One night we had parked on the side of the road by a small cemetery and walked over to the bridge nearby. The bridge was only about 100 feet or so as it only spanned a small creek. The road dipped down to cross the bridge and then went back up on the other side. This was a few miles from a state highway, and a train track followed the highway. Since a car turning on the road toward us had to hop the tracks, we could see the headlights flash and knew in a while we'd have to get off the bridge. This only happened about once an hour or so. We had been out there for a while and we had already moved for one car. We saw another car jump the tracks and made a note that we'd have to move in a few minutes. There was a road that turned to some houses, and sometimes we'd walk off the bridge to only see the lights turn away, and this time we decided, let's wait and see. Plenty of time to get out of the way. You could hear the car as it approached. We went back to talking. I think someone was in the middle of a story or joke of something. Then someone said, "Hey, did that car turn?" We all looked toward the highway, realizing at once we never heard it and more than enough time had passed. We say no lights. This made no sense, and in our synchronized group confusion we all did a 180. As soon as we focused on the other side of the bridge we saw the red tail lights of a car climbing the road upward from the bridge. We heard the car as soon as we saw it. After a moment of shock, we tried to talk it out. We all knew there was no road or anything between us and where we saw the taillights, but we asked each other anyway. We even looked closely when we left and made sure. Nothing but a tiny back road going over a bridge and then ditches. The next house or road was miles from the bridge. Doesn't make sense. We never figured out what happened. It's like we lost a few minutes of time. The small cemetery was rumored to be creepy. Me and my girlfriend one night were in it looking out at the tree line and saw red glowing eyes. Now sure, you shine a light in the woods and the eyes reflect it, the animal freezes. But there was no light shining in the woods, no bright moon, nothing. And those eyes sat there for a long time. We talked to each other about what we saw and never figured that out either. During the day we went down to the trees and looked in the area thinking maybe it was a reflector shining weird or something like that, even though there was no light for it to reflect, but there was nothing but woods.